Let's go live. Let's take an in-game look. We're in the cool zone. We're just hanging out tonight. On Facebook. I got green.
He stays on the sideline. Keeps the feet going. There we go.
They're right.
Cool zones. Jeff Davenport hanging out with Coach Dennis, with Dan the Man, and we got our friends over on the other side of the room hanging out, getting all the highlights. Let's go live. Let's take an in-game look. We're in the cool zone. We're just hanging out tonight. I got green.
He stays on the sideline. Keeps the feet going. There we go.
Welcome, everyone, to this beautiful Friday, August 29th edition of the Cool Zone. It's Jeff Davenport hanging out. We got Dan the Man. We got Coach Baker here inside the AZ Prep Academy office of Coach Dennis Baker, hence all the basketball things going on. We are live at so many different games all across Southern Arizona tonight, covering every single game, every single team, home games, away games of every Cochise County team. It's absolutely awesome, and we welcome you to week number 2. Welcome to the revolution. Welcome to the Cool Zone. Let's start off by getting some information on latest score updates. I'm going to go down in alphabetical order. That's how I've got my papers laid out here. We've got ALA leading 8-6 over Mission Heights Prep right now at 7:42 p.m. We have Phoenix Christian over Benson Bobcats 14-7. Bisbee and Cortez, we're waiting to get an update on that game. Buena at Cienega. Buena is leading 14-3. 17-3 right now. Let me update that. 17-3. So Buena getting off to a hot start in their very first game of the year. Right now, Douglas and Flowing Wells. The last update we have there is Flowing Wells up 7-3. Over in St. David, they put a hurtin' last week on their first opponent, and right now against Baba Kivari, St. David is leading 43-0 as we speak. Waiting to get an update on the Wilcox game, and Valley Union versus Desert Heights is 6-6. That's what we're looking at here this evening. But let's go through these games one by one. Of course, we have 2 games of the week going right now. Correct? We have Buena, the Buena game at Cienega. It's the 5A Sonoran Buena Colts versus the 5A Southern Cienega Bobcats. So normally, in the last several years, they've been in the same division. Not anymore. Buena in the 5A Sonoran tonight, starting off their season with a bang, 17-3 over Cienega at the moment. We're going to get some highlights from that game coming up here shortly and maybe get a live look at that game. And the other game of the week is down in Douglas right now. So Douglas at Flowing Wells. It is 4A Keno versus 5A Southern is what we're looking at for that game. Douglas, this is their first game of the season. Flowing Wells, their first game of the season. So many of these teams, it is their first game of the season. Our friends in Benson, again, the Benson Bobcats started out 1-0, going against Phoenix Christian 1-0. The 2A South 2 versus the 2A Metro 4. Benson made that long trip up to Phoenix Christian tonight just to be a part of that game. And at Phoenix Christian, at last count, leads 14-7. Still awaiting. If you have an update, maybe you're at the Bisbee or Bisbee Cortez and you've been watching that game and you're flipping back to the Cool Zone because we've got some highlights getting ready for you. Hang on for those. That's what the Cool Zone is all about. Getting the highlights to you, getting them aggregated, and then showing you the scoring plays that we have, the first downs, the big pass plays, the big runs, the big interceptions. We've got them all here on the Cool Zone. So, waiting to see Bisbee versus Cortez for that game. ALA going to Mission Heights. ALA leading at last count 8-6. This is the first game for each of these teams this season. And ALA playing in the CAA Division III 11-man football there, as opposed to Valley Union and St. David, which are both 8-man football. So St. David over Babakeevery, a lot to a little. And they're doing 8-man. And 1A South versus 1A West 8-man would be Valley Union Blue Devils versus Desert Heights Prep Yotes, the Coyotes. That's all knotted up at 6 apiece at last count. So we will get some updates here, more updates as they come in. We've got Dan, we've got Dennis, we've got our friends outside the room here. They are working their butts off to make sure that we can get you every single scoring play and bring them all to you here in one place. And that's right here on Cool FM Live across all of our channels coming together down the stream of Cool FM Live. We're on the main page tonight, guys. Oh yeah, we're being fed to the main page, So, because last week we were on the YouTube channel, and my goodness, we had so many people tuning into that, and we're so grateful for you. But being on the main page of Cool FM Live gives us a little bit more of an edge. I thought I'd get dressed up again. I wore the jacket last week, so got a jacket on tonight. Got to look professional since we're here doing this studio show. And let's talk more about what's going on. Where are we at?
No highlights here, but we're going to go live to the Douglas game.
Well, let's go live. This is what we do here on the Cool Zone. We're going to go take a live look right there. You are looking at Flowing Wells versus Douglas. Right now, Flowing Wells up 21-3 over the Bulldogs, still before halftime.
It's the timeout, so we're going to go live to the Buena game.
Okay, so there's a timeout there. So let's go shift over to Buena right now. We'll go take a shift to Buena. And are we bringing up the audio on that, or should I make some calls on that?
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
Running game.
That's fine.
You want to stop, but
And I want to keep
I don't
that
hear any
tempo
audio.
going.
yeah.
Don't worry about
24-3.
these little-
Look at Buena
don't-
putting the
don't
hurting
worry
on
about the
Cienega
deep
right
pass.
now.
We don't-
And that is a live look at
We're
the
doing
Buena
it on the ground
sideline
right now.
that you see.
And, you know,
It looks like the band
we're
made the
probably at
trip. You see them up there.
120 on the ground easily, right?
And Buena, all that hard work
Maybe
during
even
the
a little bit more than
offseason.
that,
We
but-
know what Joe Thomas is capable of and what he
Martorello,
does.
Strong
And if you want to
comeback
see
for
this
young
game, you
man
can actually
after
go
having
on
the
Cool
hip
FM Live. Oh,
injury
now I've got some
last
audio.
season. It's good to see Allen out here doing big things for our Colts. What a kick! Got him back to the goal line. Almost would have been a touchback. Oh, our guys just arm tackling.
Looks like there's a little bit of
Extracurricular over here on the sideline with number 4 from the Bobcats. It might be them. It might be against them. 'Cause our guy's shirt is still being torn. Oh, hey, woohoo! The good stuff. John bringing out the goodies.
I realized that we couldn't have things that we chew on. So Jolly Ranchers are the way.
Yeah, yeah. Long lasting.
Is it okay if we turn the
They
volume
do.
down and I can talk?
Personal foul against the both teams. Okay, so they're gonna call it against us. So it's offset.
All right, so you're hearing John and Jared. You can listen to their feed over on that page on the Cool FM Live main page. You see it's 1st and 10 for Cienega at their own 34-yard line as they're lining up against this Buena defense, only giving up 3 points so far. Number 14 hands off, and the Buena defense is just swarming. Number 22, the running back, Jalen Horn, with nowhere to go, and that Buena Blue defense swarming in to make that tackle. Will stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up. As you can see, this game, you can watch it live. Let's bring back up John and Jared.
We got 2nd and 10.
Oh, nice look.
Yeah, I love when he goes to that camera. He just doesn't do it very often. I texted him.
Oh, wow.
Did he get it?
He caught that.
He bobbled it, and he brought
Wow.
it in.
Well, look at what he found.
Hey, last 2 receptions, he's been able to keep his hands on the ball.
True.
So good for that young man.
So we got number 60 for the Colts, and looks like, I want to say Roach? Crouch. Charles Crouch. 6'3", 295.
What?
Nose tackle.
Nice move.
See, that would have been perfect for that side.
Runs over a defensive back. He had a nice little move. Little dipsy-do in and out,
Yep.
and then went to.
We just got to wrap that up. I mean, that's just
Also,
one
a
of those
running
things.
back versus a cornerback. You have to know that that's always going to be a mismatch. They're almost always going to be a
Now, he's a
mismatch.
receiver.
Oh, receiver versus corner then, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you want to bring
he
it back to
wasn't
me?
running back. I'm just nice
All
catch
right.
in the flat. Right up.
So we're coming back to me right now. As you see, Cienega putting a little bit of offense together for a drive looking toward halftime for that game there. But we're going to take you live. There was an injury on the field for the Douglas game against Flowing Wells. Flowing Wells last up 21-3. That is the score right now. We'll see if that holds or what's going to be going on here. Looks like Flowing Wells with the ball. Douglas is wearing, I imagine Douglas is wearing the black jerseys, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that that's right.
Out of the shotgun, empty
That makes sense.
backfield, and we've got just do a
Big
quick
number
flip
0
on
ends
the
up
end,
coming out
and
wide,
Wells
and a
with their
flag
good
came in
pursuit
on the play. Do we have a team calling this game?
tackles him short of the first down, but there is another yellow hanky on the church.
One of the
There we go.
You want to do monitor and output. Otherwise,
So, and I see the scoreboard has returned to our feed, so thank you, Dan the man, and everybody else in the studio. Been kind of a tentative start here, but we are rolling, and we're glad to be with you. So we're going to see what these flags are all about. Apparently, there are multiple flags on the field on each side. So normally that's not good for the offense, but no call's been made yet. Still huddling in the center of the field
Let's come back.
are the referees.
Well, I'll just go to Bueno.
That's with our hands in our pockets. So 3:01 left in the second quarter. We're Colts 24, Cienega 10, and John, do you think
Go ahead and
we're
bring
going
it
to
back
see
to
a
me.
little bit of high?
So we switched over to Buena at Cienega. Cienega just scored. We're going to have highlights of that scoring drive that Cienega had. We should have stayed there. That's all right, but that's the fun of the Cool Zone. We're just going to every game that we possibly can to give you the live look-ins, and then once these highlights start coming in and the algorithm ends up snagging them and getting them, I'm going to have a green light on my desk, and I'm going to say, we're going green, and we're going to have some great highlights for you here. So score in Cienega. Buena up 24-10, looking close to halftime for that game. And at last check, let's go back to the Douglas game. Let's do that.
Flowing Wells 37. So Bulldogs cross midfield into Caballero territory. Let's see what they can do with it. 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Guerra back to pass. It's going to go deep and overthrows the intended receiver,
pass by number 3 is incomplete.
Davian Fimbres, and just threw it about 2 yards
It's going to bring up
Say again.
past him. So it's 2nd and 10. And interesting on the Douglas side
18-0?
is
Oh,
when
we
they
had
start out
the
the
way wrong
possession
score
with a
there
run, they
earlier.
do very well, but you get an incomplete pass on 1st down, right? It's 2nd and 10, and once again, that takes about a third of your playbook out. And now they need to get 5 or 6 yards, so it's at least a manageable 3rd down.
Nice.
Guerin shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to fake a handoff and keep it.
Oof.
And the pursuit by the outside linebacker for Flowing
Tackle
Wells
made by number
just
9,
eats him
Marcus
up.
DeVoy.
DeVoy came
That
up,
is a loss
didn't
of
take the
4 yards. It
didn't
looks
take
like
the
it's gonna
fake
bring
and
up
just zoned in on
third
Higuera and dropped him for about a 4-yard loss. So it looks like about
Ball
third
in,
and 14 now.
41-yard mark. Flowing Wells.
Believe it or not, I switch over to look at it. And
So once again,
Dang it.
how?
Douglas in a 3rd and long situation.
No, that's okay. Hopefully the highlights
And
come.
that's going to lead the Coach Hook to call a timeout here.
So
on
we
the
got timeout
field.
here. Let's come back to me. So we got a timeout in Douglas, and we're coming back here to the studio, the home of the Cool Zone here tonight. We are in the AZ Prep Academy office of Buena basketball coach Dennis Baker, hanging out here in the Cool Zone. Dan the man getting the highlights all aggregated. We'll have some highlights for you. We heard Buena just scored again. They were kicking the extra point as we were away at the Douglas game, watching Douglas try to drive down the field against Flowing Wells. We do have another update here. I guess we were given some incorrect information. ALA is down 18-0. Mission Heights Prep over ALA 18-0. Current score there. Last check, Phoenix Christian over Benson Bobcats 14-7. We said Buena was up 24-10 at last count. That has changed. We'll get you that update. 31-10, thank you. Marking that down here. Still before halftime, 31-10. What a great offensive output by Buena tonight. And again, 21-3, Douglas is down. But they are on the move here before the end of the first half. Last check, we had St. David up 43-0, and Valley Union and Desert Heights Prep tied up at 8 apiece. Still looking for the score from the Bisbee game. If anybody there is watching us and can put something in the comments about if you're there at the Bisbee game or you know someone who's at the Bisbee game, if you could send them a text message and let them know that we need a score there, that would be fantastic. Again,
Down 21-7.
where are we at?
Benson's down 21-7.
So,
Phoenix Christian.
okay, so Phoenix Christian scored again. So Benson is down 21-7. Again, getting these live updates as I speak. You can see my table's a mess here tonight with all of these games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different games this evening. Would have been 9
Let's go to Buena.
had Tombstone been playing. We'll talk more about Tombstone and their wild adventures this week. But let's go to Buena, see what's going on there.
Wow.
Lot of pass rush. Deep ball. Oh, he got it!
A huge play. I don't know if I'm still if I'm still up.
Yeah, you are.
An absolutely monster pass down the field as they're going to be closing in on halftime at Cienega. The defensive back just happened to miss that play, did not turn around in time to be able to get that. The receiver made a good move on the ball, and that was a huge chunk play
His name's Jaden Rogers. He's one of the best receivers.
for Cienega. Jaden Rogers coming down with that catch for Cienega. Thanks for the call, Coach Baker. Their quarterback rolls out, tosses again, and that goes out of bounds. The Cienega quarterback, number 14, Julian Hanley, a 5'11", 175-pound senior, leading that team, the Cienega Bobcats of the 5A Southern. Isn't it interesting that Buena was part of the 5A Southern for forever, and now they are a part of the 5A Sonoran division. So interesting how things work. But this is a game of the week. You can actually go live in the Facebook Cool FM live feed. Scroll down, you'll see that game there. You can tap in. Oh, let's get a sideline view here.
Cienega under center.
So the quarterback
Double twins.
coming under center.
Probably going to be a toss sweep.
Looks like twins left, twins right, so they're going to be throwing it. And the quarterback, not finding anywhere to go, somehow slips away, but then loses about 2 yards on the play, at least 2 yards.
Yeah, go ahead and shut the shut the app off completely.
Interesting view there, but nonetheless, Cienega still on the move. They're down big, down by, goodness, 3 scores. So they will need to call a timeout, and they do. So Cienega calls a timeout to keep that drive going just a little bit more before halftime, and we're going back to me. Here we are in the Cool Zone. Welcome back, everyone, inside the AZ Prep Academy office of head coach Dennis Baker.
When you're ready, I'll go to
hanging out with him. Oh, let's flip it. Why not? We can flip it back to Douglas. That's fine. So 31-10 Colts. Now we
That's
go
kind of
back
a
to
ridiculous
Douglas, and
penalty.
Douglas
Yeah.
is on the move. Last we checked, the Bulldogs had the ball. Looks like they're winding the clock.
But they might be looking at punt.
Yeah, they are going to go for a punt. Looks like they're way back, lined up for the punt. Almost blocked. My goodness, that pass rusher got in there. Nice Douglas bounce, but unfortunately goes right into the end zone. So Flowing Wells will have the ball as they end up winding down that first half here inside the Cool Zone.
When you're ready, you can send me to Cienega.
And again, getting the latest updates. Benson losing to Phoenix Christian right now, 21-7. Again, you can go through the Cool FM Live Facebook page and you can see all these games. ALA down 18-0 to Mission Heights Prep in the CAA Division III. Let's talk about Tombstone real quick before we go back to Cienega. So Tombstone, we had a coach's corner with the head coach of Tombstone a couple weeks ago, and he was very honest during that coach's corner. He talked about the fact that his team is not very full. There's not a lot of student athletes who came out to play for that team. And the question was, okay, well, that means you were going to be one of the best conditioned teams because most of your players are going to be playing the entire game. And unfortunately, they had to forfeit the game this week. But according to the Tombstone, not counting what other news outlets might be saying at the time that it was released, Tombstone will be playing, is scheduled to play next week because Benson will be hosting Tombstone 1 week from tonight. So for those who have heard reports about Tombstone's football season being completely canceled, that was fake news. That was not real. The real news was released by the Tombstone administration that let us know what was going on, and they said they're forfeiting this game, tonight's game against Pima. So instead of going up into the Gila Valley and taking on the Pima Rough Riders, Tombstone staying at home tonight, and they will be playing again come 1 week from now on Friday, September 5th. So as for tonight, Friday, August 29th, let's go back to Cienega and see what's going on there as they head in toward halftime. Looks like a flag in the end zone, and it looks like one of the Buena players is throwing his hands up in the air, saying that there was something wrong there. And there is a player down on the field, so there must have been a big, big hit. I wish we could rewind or see that play again. But they are calling their offense back. And let's see what Jared
They're going
says.
to call that defenseless, but he was going for the ball.
Is that what happened? I didn't see.
Jaden Thomas was coming there. He was in the area. So
And by the
ball
way,
was already
if you can
over
still
the
hear
head
me
of
on this feed,
receiver.
can you still hear
So
me?
I get that part of it, but
Go ahead and turn me back up.
what are we going to call on this?
You can hear him. That's him.
Oh, okay, great. I just wanted to mention something here. There is an injured player, but what we've instructed our camera crew to do is when the injured player is on the field, we turn the camera away from where the injured player is. We make sure that we let the medical staff do what they're doing at that time. It is a personal foul, as you see the head referee there against Buena, and so I'm not sure exactly where they're going to spot the ball on a play like that happened right in front of the end zone. And again, you can see the Cienega Bobcats. They are huddled up there on the left side of your screen, down by 3 scores, getting ready for halftime. I believe the injured player, no, they're coming back into the huddle, so maybe the injured player is still down on the right side of the screen. You see some shadows over there on the right side of the screen. So, yep, player is up, and that's what we've instructed our camera people to do, is that when the player is walking off the field, we can see them. That player right there looks like number 7 for Cienega. That is Aiden Billings, a 6-foot, 175-pound senior wide receiver who is heading to the sideline after taking what was called a personal foul. So it should be 1st and goal for Cienega. Their quarterback, number 5, Jaden Rogers, 6'2", 175. Actually, he's listed as a wide receiver DB, so maybe they're in a wildcat formation here with Jaden. As you see them line up here, should be 1st down after a personal foul. Handoff to the running back and nowhere to go. My goodness, stuffed at the line and thrown completely backwards. So that was second down. According to the chain I see on the far side, the electric chain says third down now. So it will be third down. I don't know how. So there's no automatic first down on a penalty call like that. Apparently not, because that would have been first down after that play.
Last year, and it was the first time I learned that in high school.
Yeah, in high school, it's not an automatic. Yeah, they give you the yardage, but not the automatic. So this will be third down for Cienega. Looks like third and short. They didn't get it on second down. Now number 14. He's going to keep it himself and sneak through the center right there, getting the first down. He dives to the 5-yard line, and it will be first and goal for Cienega, as they've got to be really close to halftime there. John and Jared are on the call, so if you'd like to hear their call of this, go flip over to their page here on the Cool FM Live Facebook page. All of these games being shared from YouTube, from different Facebook pages, all to be on the Cool FM Live Facebook page. 31-10, the current score there in Cienega, as Cienega wearing their dark blue jerseys. One of those Vail schools, many Vail schools that, oh gosh, got to get rid of that. Did he even get rid of it? That's the question. I don't think he even threw it away. No, he held on to it, and that is a huge loss on first and goal. Looks like that will back him up all the way to the 12-yard line. So it'll be second and goal from the 12. Amazing penetration, incredible penetration by the Buena defensive line on that play, and Cienega had to call a timeout. There's a sideline view right there. We've got cameras up high, we've got cameras down low, giving you different views during this timeout here as we hang in there with Cienega. As we get score updates for the other games, we will let you know what they are. At last count, since we're in timeout, it was 8-8 Valley Union versus Desert Heights Prep. It was, we're still waiting for the Wilcox score, so we're going to go to Douglas. All right, let's go to Douglas right now. And that is Flowing Wells throwing an interception. Douglas getting a pick read perfectly by the defense, and Douglas has scored, so they are down 21-10, but a fantastic effort by the Douglas defense to get a pick as Flowing Wells was on their way to another score. I didn't catch the number of the person, but what a great job getting to that game exactly when we did. Interception on the play. So Douglas and the 4A Keno, this is their very first game. And of course, we're 1 week away from one of the biggest games of the season, and that is the pick game. And this year, Bisbee will have to travel to Douglas for the pick game. Let's go to Buena and watch them. Let's see what Cienega is able to do. We're back live. This is second down. Ball spotted, looks like just outside the 10. Boy, I thought it would be more at the 11 or 12-yard line. But nonetheless, the Cienega quarterback is back in shotgun. That's Julian Hanley, number 14. So that Jaden Rogers play, that was a Wildcat formation when he was taking the snap a little bit earlier. So Julian goes under center now. Rolls to his right and tosses toward the end zone, and what a catch! My goodness, Jaden Rogers. That is a man's game right there. Boy, I don't know if that's exactly where the quarterback was meaning to go, but when you've got a 6'2", 175-pound senior wide receiver like Jaden Rogers, you know he's going to find a way to come down with it. Nice toss by Julian, great catch by Jaden, and that ends up cutting the lead in half, and we'll see what happens on this extra point. 31-16, awaiting the extra point for Cienega. Great job getting all those scores updated. And that kick is up, and that kick is good. So, 31-17. Buena still on top, but Cienega trying to get a little bit of momentum here as we come close to halftime there in Vail, Arizona. About an hour from Sierra Vista.
Douglas.
Heading up the road, we'll go back to Douglas now. Looks like there's a timeout on the field there. And again, Douglas getting that big interception. But interesting where this ball is being spotted. Douglas must have had a massive play.
They did.
a huge play to have the ball spotted there. So Douglas is almost in the red zone area, but you are watching the cool zone, hanging out with Jeff Davenport. We've got Dan the Man, Coach Dennis Baker here inside his office, letting us turn his office into our little command center. And we got our good friends on the outside of this room. They are keeping eyes on all of the highlights and listening and making sure that all of the rest of the tech team is doing good as they're on the road, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in progress all across Cochise County tonight. Cochise County teams with 8 games in progress, I should say. Last count, it was Phoenix Christian over Benson, 21-7. ALA down 18-0. Looking for updates on those games, as well as the Bisbee game. Haven't had updates on that one yet. But for this Douglas game, they are down here in the second quarter. Quarterback decides to keep. The defense does not even flinch. Flowing Wells, that 5A Southern defensive line coming through strong against, I believe it's Ivan Higuera, the quarterback for Douglas, 5'7", 155. He's a senior this year, multiple sport athlete there in Douglas. Do you want to bring up the audio for there, and we'll get a little bit of a taste of what's going on?
Yeah, I can just.
We'll do that.
Man hands it off to the back for a short gain. I believe he got back to the line.
This is so much fun, guys.
The original
This
line
is so
of
much fun.
We can hear you, Jeff.
That's great.
Tackle made by
This is great.
Jaden Simmons.
And that's going
A
to
gain of
be
2. It'll bring 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Clock running, 4:14 and counting.
We should have a lot of highlights by halftime.
And I think it's very important at this point of the quarter that Douglas comes away with some type of points, either preferably a touchdown, but they need to get at least 3 out of this possession. The field goal would bring it to a 1-possession game.
So the quarterback takes a snap.
An empty backfield looking to pass is in trouble. And
I think he lost the
loose
ball.
on the turf.
He lost the ball.
Well,
Come back to
so
me.
they had
My
it.
goodness gracious. That ball was on the turf. Insane defense by Flowing Wells on that play after giving up a massive play to let Douglas all the way down the field, and Douglas not even able to get a field goal. As you heard the commentator say, Douglas could have made it a 1-score game. Unfortunately, Ivan Higuera lost the ball as he was flipping and trying to twist and possibly looking to throw. Ball slips out. Flowing Wells recovers on that fumble recovery. And as you heard, there was about 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter there. So again, game's going on live as we speak. Douglas will stay down 21-10, barring anything. We'll keep an eye on that game. Again, keeping an eye on all of the games here. Buena over Cienega, 31-17. Cienega, though, trying to make a comeback there. St. David up big. I assume it's more than 43-0 at this point, but we can only assume that it'll be a running clock for the entire second half. That's what St. David does. They do not rebuild, they just reload. And waiting for score updates for the Bisbee game at Cortez and the Wilcox game at Arizona Lutheran Academy. So maybe you're watching this. Maybe you're watching this feed right now and you have someone you could text and let us know. We'd appreciate that. Look, we don't mind crowdsourcing here on the Cool Zone. We've got the best people in the business working with us here for this evening's broadcast, and so glad you're joining us. Make sure you share these videos around, share the Cool Zone around, let people see what's going on all across as we cover every Cochise County team, every football game, all season long, home games and away games. As you can see, we've got camera crews up in Phoenix. We've got camera crews in Vail. We've got camera crews in Tucson. We've got camera crews in Baba Kivari, for crying out loud. We've got them all over the place here on the Cool Zone. Jeff Davenport with Coach Dennis Baker. Dan the Man, Dan Powers there running he is the power behind this whole thing. Getting everything run. And then we got our tech team off to the side on the other side of this wall here. We're going to go to Buena. Let's go take a peek at Buena and see what they're doing. It looks like a timeout on the field. And again, you can watch. Oh, okay. And you can watch each of these games individually or just come and hang out with us. So when we get to halftime of these games, we're going to have so many highlights for you to show. It's going to be fantastic. We'll be going all around Arizona with the highlights that are being aggregated as we speak. It looks like Buena will have the ball right at the spot at the 29-yard line, their own 29-yard line, splitting 2 receivers to the high side, 2 receivers to the low side, 1 back. As the Buena quarterback takes the snap, hands off to his running back and goes nowhere. It's Caleb Layton is the quarterback for Buena, number 4. And he is a 6'2", 170-pound senior. And that's halftime. That's it. That's the final play of the first half. So we go to halftime in Cienega. Buena leads 31-17. Wow, what a great offensive performance for Buena thus far in this game. Defense is holding strong. It's not what Coach Thomas wants. Of course, Coach Thomas wants to have a shutout every single game because that's Coach Thomas. That's why we love him. But again, Buena in their brand new conference, that 5A Sonoran Conference. Used to be in the 5A Southern, but that's where Cienega is. So normally this would be a conference game. Not tonight, a non-conference game. Halftime, you can see the Cienega band setting up at about 8:15 p.m. there in Vail, Arizona. Halftime score 31-17. Awaiting some other score updates for you, and we will get you those as soon as they arrive. Again, looking at the games that we don't have scores for, Bisbee at Cortez, the 2A South 1 versus the 2A Metro 3. And both teams 0-1. Bisbee, they really got stopped last week by Benson. It was an amazing score that it was much further away than we thought. Where are we going, Dennis?
We'll go to Douglas.
Let's go to Flowing Wells. Let's go see.
Looks like they're going to place it at the 3-yard line. It'll be
They're not, yeah, they still got a few minutes before halftime there in Flowing Wells, and it looks like, yeah, it's 2nd and goal. You can hear the commentators saying it's 2nd and goal. I'll quiet down a little bit and listen to what they're saying. As Flowing Wells comes up to the line.
Flowing Wells in a tight formation, only one wide out to the far side. And a nice defensive stop by the front 4 of the Bulldogs.
number 8, Simmons, the ball carrier.
Once again, they went to Simmons, but he was stacked up.
Looks like maybe a good for 1 yard. It is 3rd and goal.
Got a yard and ball at the 2 now, but 3rd down and goal. So big down for the Douglas defense here with 1 minute, and it'll be under 1 minute once the ball is snapped. Tight formation.
Tush push.
Try to push it forward.
The brotherly shove.
And come up a little short.
No, they're saying
Now
touchdown.
they're calling a touchdown.
Oh, I was going to say, there's something wrong with the lights. Look at that. That's kind of cool. They have a little light show there at Flowing Wells when they score. So it's 27-10. And we await the extra point. So the tush push ends up getting Flowing Wells into the end zone on 3rd and goal.
All right, we're going to start doing highlights from Buena.
Okay, hang on a second. Let's see the extra point here, and then we'll start showing you the highlights. This is the fun of the Cool Zone. If you're just joining us for the very first time tonight, wait until you see. Oh, I don't have my thing. Is it right there? Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, the extra point is blocked, so it's going to remain 27.
Point after is no good.
The point after is missed, so it will stay 27-10, Flowing Wells over Douglas. Let's bring it back to me as they get ready to go to halftime here. We are live in the Cool Zone here tonight, and guess what? It's time to say, I've got green. Where are we going? We are going to Cienega to see some Buena highlights here from the first half. It is Cool Zone highlights, Buena versus Cienega. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's me.
There's you.
I am a highlight. I understand that, but I'm not the highlight. I'm not the reason why you guys are tuning in here to the Cool Zone. It's not just about me. Oh no! Oh no! All right, we're gonna again. This is the fun of live TV. This is what we do right here. Let's see. Let's try it again. 3rd time's the charm. Come on. Oh, I apologize. I am definitely not the highlight of the night here. We got some great highlights from Buena. They lead 31-17 at the half. Again, if you are watching us and have scores for Bisbee or for Wilcox, let us know. Oh, it was almost there. It was almost there. Because I got a TV screen right down here in front of me. That's why my eyes are looking down. Because I'll get to call some highlights here with Buena. I'm getting my Buena notes ready to be able to call out some names here on the Cool Zone. Every game, home and away, highlights included, and that's why we do this here on the Cool Zone every Friday. Every Cochise County team covered tonight. Hope you guys had a good week. Maybe it was a long week today. It'll be a long week tonight, maybe. I don't know. But we hope not for your team as you're watching the highlights here on the Cool Zone tonight. Again, getting dressed up a little bit, getting the gray jacket going here, trying not to support or be a fan of any one team, but just being a fan of every team, because that's what we are here. We're all about Cochise County sports here on Cool FM. The award-winning Cool FM Sports. It started so many years ago when Todd Ryan and I started calling the games together. He would be the cameraman, I'd be the play-by-play and the analyst. And why we call it the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Just a fun story for you here as we await the highlights coming from Cienega for Buena at Cienega. We were calling a baseball game in Benson, and we were right on the third baseline in Benson, and I'm just calling the game like we normally do, and Todd's got the camera there, and during the in-between innings, I would face the camera, Todd would back up, and I would face the camera, and I would talk about the sponsors. And of course, you see the sponsors on all these highlights. You'll see the sponsors on all the highlights. You'll see the sponsors when we go to the games that are the games of the week that actually have the graphics up. You'll be able to see those are the teams, or those are the businesses that make all of this happen. All of our sponsors, we can never thank them enough. So I was thanking sponsors during a Benson baseball game, and then all of a sudden, I feel a tap on my shoulder. Todd didn't tell me that someone was coming over. I look, it was the umpire reaching over, and he's tapping me on the shoulder, and he says, "Hey, you're doing a great job. You deserve a game ball." And I said, "Todd, you know what that means?" And Todd says, "I don't know what that means." I said, "Todd, that means we are now the award-winning Cool FM Sports. We won a game ball for our commentary and coverage years ago, and we have stuck with that moniker. But guess what? I've got green. It's time to go and see what is going on in Cienega. Let's go see some Buena highlights. Take a look at them here. We got them going. Buena currently up 31-17 at the half, but here are some first-half highlights. Looks like Cienega has the ball. Their quarterback drops back, rolls to his left,
takes the corner,
and rolls right out of bounds, going inside the 5. A big first down by Cienega there. Let's see what other highlights we have aggregated, possibly something for Buena. Again, seeing Buena, I got green. Let's go. We're going to Douglas, or going to Flowing Wells. Flowing Wells had some great highlights in that first half. Here is Douglas. Ivan Higuera at quarterback. Hands off, and there is nowhere to go. That Flowing Wells defense has been tight all game long. They currently lead 27-10. Thank you to TWN Communications for that highlight here inside the Cool Zone. I've still got green. Do we got another highlight? The answer is yeah, maybe. That's okay. We're just having fun here in the Cool Zone, hanging out here on a Friday night. This is what we do. This is what we do for you, all thanks to our fantastic sponsors that make this coverage happen. I got green. Let's go. Get some Benson highlights. Benson at Phoenix Christian. There's the Benson quarterback dropping back, looking, sliding through. Making a pass play there, right against the line. A fantastic job by the Benson quarterback to keep that play alive. Dawson Judd, who was the big name that we were talking about last week. Do we know who ended up getting the Conference Athletes of the Week awards? Because Dawson Judd, we thought by his performance,
He got Cool FM Player of the Week.
without a doubt, he got our Player of the Week for sure. Dawson Judd was awesome, and that was a great play by them. Unfortunately, Benson right now at last count down 21-7. I got some white here. The light is white now, but it's green. So where are we going to? We're going to St. David, and I believe I know who will be seeing a highlight of one way or another. The Tigers are off to a awesome start this year. And that is their quarterback, Vincent. I'm going to try to say his name right. Well, as soon as we see number 33, that's Chase Pacheco going in.
Touchdown number 33.
Stumbling
Touchdown
up that
Tigers.
right side. And that ended up putting St. David up, I believe, 30-0. Last count, we had them leading 43-0. Let's see another highlight from St. David versus Bobo. Looks like this is a field goal or some sort of extra point attempt. And that is up and no good.
Extra point, no good.
They could have had more points on the board. Looks like St. David's gotten a couple points on the board, but they're still leading big. Let's see some defensive highlights. And boy, you are seeing it right there. 8-man football. That's what you're looking at when you see St. David versus
Run by number
Bobo.
21,
There.
Mason
This is a
Ackerman.
conference game, a 1A South 8-man football game. Thank you to Ginger's Title Services for those highlights. Let's go see what we have. Another St. David highlight.
Bisbee Cortez.
Got it. Thank you. Look at Bobo. Hitting number 6, Vincent Ciccariello. I'm going to try it a couple different ways. Ciccariello. That makes sense. Ciccariello. I'm going to go with that. Oh my goodness. Just shaking off all of those would-be tacklers.
Touchdown
Is number
Tigers, number
9,
nine.
Cedar Haney, 5'10", 185 senior for that St. David team. Thank you, seniors helping seniors. All here on the Cool Zone. More highlights from the Tigers. That's what we got here because they are up a lot to a little. Ciccariello, yes, this was that the play to Chase Pacheco. Chase Pacheco going in for that touchdown
number
there.
33.
So again, just showing you another highlight there. Never too many highlights to show you. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We're inside the Cool Zone. It's halftime at a lot of these games. We did get an update. Bisbee is currently leading Cortez 10-8. That sounds like a baseball score, not a football score, but nonetheless, 10-8 it is. Bisbee up. Both teams looking for their first win of this season. I got green. Where shall we go to? This is all part of the revolution that you are joining us here tonight. Let's go to Cienega. Go to Vail and see some highlights from Buena. This is Cienega, the quarterback looking and nowhere to go. Number 52, Cooper Kraus. 6'1", 215-pound senior on a massive loss on that play. Can we see that one again? Look at Cooper getting through and just nowhere to go. Wrangling the quarterback down right into the turf. Let's see it one more time. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. And he stays on his feet and just walks away. He just walks away. That's how cool. You can't start the 3 first letters of cool without Cooper. C-O-O and C-O-O-L right there.
Kid knows what he's doing. So you got Christopher Moya in to kick.
They were looking for a field goal at that point in time, and Cienega put it through. And again, we're still at halftime there. The halftime score, 31-17. Thank you so much to Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage. We keep the highlights going. I got green in front of me. Let's keep the Cienega and Buena highlights going. Looks like Cienega on defense, Buena on offense. But that is a great defensive play by Cienega. A lot of confusion there on the offense by Buena, and they get a big sack on the play. Again, we want to show you all the highlights, not just the Cochise County team's highlights that they're doing great. Thank you, Sierra Toyota, for that highlight there. And thank you for watching the Cool Zone here tonight. Highlights lining up all across southern Arizona and beyond for you inside the Cool Zone. Jeff Davenport, Dan Powers, Coach Dennis Baker, and our tech team hanging out with you here tonight in the home office. Well, not the home office, but this is his home away from home, the AZ Prep Academy office of Buena High School head basketball coach Dennis Baker. I got green. Are we going somewhere now? Let's go back to Flowing Wells and see some highlights of Douglas and Flowing Wells tonight. Some first half highlights Current score is 27-10. It was 6-3 at the time. Douglas was down. Looks like there was a flag on the play, probably for holding, and nowhere for Higuera to go. He's just got to try to make something out of nothing. Makes a cut, comes across the field, literally heads almost coast to coast before he's finally wrangled down by the defensive secondary. What a great play by Higuera. He is one of those playmakers, and there he is. Let's see it again. We're going to watch it again. Watch him get away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flowing Wells Caballeros in pursuit. Jukes a couple more, then makes the cut, going across the other side to the center of the field, and finally pulled down by number 14 of Flowing Wells. It was Trenton Plumley, the defensive back, 6 foot, 165-pound junior, making the stop there. Thank you so much, Barnett's Towing and Propane. Let's find another highlight here in Flowing Wells of Douglas at Flowing Wells. Flowing Wells makes that throw. What a job. Are you kidding me? What a move. That receiver caught the ball on the left side and then went back, and that's not something wrong with your screen. They actually do that with the lights. When Flowing Wells scores a touchdown, they have a little light show there. He literally went through the entire defense. He literally went through Douglas's entire defense to get that score. Current score, Flowing Wells up 27-10. They should be at the half now in Flowing Wells. Douglas down 27-10. Look at them doing a little dance, and they get a flag for that celebration. Excessive celebration. They were up 20-3 at that point. Thank you, Desert RV, for sponsoring that highlight. Back in the cool zone here. We've got highlights from a couple of great games going on. My goodness, I see green. Nope, we're going to hang on a second as we get some more highlights aggregated. So where do we stand? Right now, at last check, let's go through each of these. At last check, ALA Guardians down 18-0 at Mission Heights Prep, playing against the Phantoms. This is their first game of the season. Two teams that are 1-0. Benson at Phoenix Christian. Phoenix Christian last count leading 21-7. Bisbee at Cortez. Bisbee leading 10-8. Both teams 0-1. Both teams needing a win tonight. Hopefully Bisbee can hold on for that. As we talked about, Buena up 31-17 at the half. Douglas down 27-10 at the half. I got green. Where are we going? Coach Baker. Let's go to Valley Union and see what the Blue Devils are doing tonight. It's a 1A South 8-man versus 1A West 8-man showdown. Ooh, we got a field view here for you on this highlight. Again, 8-man football. Looks like Desert Heights Prep is on offense, so this was early in the game. 0-0, low snap, picks it up, tosses. Is this coming right into your living room? It is! What a great catch right there by the sideline camera. Thank you so much to our team there getting those highlights. Let's see another Valley Union.
Right, and you can see them kind of faking the blitz, trying to get some pressure, and he's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to try to find a deep ball, and that's going to be just out of reach.
Missed in the end zone. Nice view, though, on the sideline. Let's see some more highlights here from Valley Union at Desert Heights Prep.
Around this year's
South
senior class.
versus 1A West.
So they're going to be trips to the left, and he's rolling out looking to pass.
Soft lob,
and that's going to be caught for a touchdown for Desert Heights. That's going to make the score 6-0.
Again, 8-man football, one of the toughest things you can play. Thank you, Aloe Fiber, for sponsoring that highlight package. We got some more for you here. Valley Union at Desert Heights. Are we seeing some of these highlights again? Oh, it's okay. So just making sure here. Yeah, we did see that one. That was the first play. That was the one that came. Well, let's let this one run, because again, these are the kind of highlights that we get here on Cool FM Live, simply because of the cameras, the camera work, the quarterback rolling out, tossing, and literally right to the cameraman. Boom! Number 13 for Desert Heights ends up making that catch, and that is Mateo King on the catch there. Mateo Kindler with a fantastic catch. You were just on the Cool Zone, Mateo. How cool is that? So glad you're joining us. At last count, we had 8-8 was the score. Valley Union at Desert Heights. So when we saw that Desert Heights touchdown, they got the 2-point conversion and got 8. And somewhere along the way, Valley Union did score. Valley Union sitting at 0-1 after that big loss to St. David in week 1. They are looking for their first win of the season, and we have Desert Heights Prep at 1-0. The Yotes are off and running, but tie game there in Desert Heights Prep for Valley Union. I've got some green. Are we going to go somewhere? We're going to wait a second. Let's go back here. Still waiting for an update for Wilcox. We do need a score update for Wilcox at Arizona Lutheran Academy, 2A South 2 versus 2A Metro 2. Looking for a highlight there. I think that's the only game out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games that we have going on right now. We don't have a score for, but we've got scores for all the others, at least at a certain time. These were the current scores. Don't know what the scores are right now, up to date, other than 27-10, Flowing Wells over Douglas, 31-17, Buena over Cienega, 10-8, Bisbee over Cortez. At last count, 21-7, Phoenix Christian over Benson. And again, all tied up at 8-8. Valley Union, Desert Heights. St. David up a lot. They are dominating yet again over Baba Kivari in Babo. The Warriors coming up a little short tonight, but you're going to do that. It's going to happen. We are going back to Valley Union,
Boulevard
Desert
open on
Heights.
Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. now.
Kickoff.
And this is going to be the kickoff.
Looks like he's getting
and
at the
that's
goal line.
driven deep. And he's going to make a nice cut, and he's going to come up down the middle.
And what do you
and he's
do
looking
with
to make some man miss.
You make a couple people
and he's
miss.
going down
You've
the sideline.
Green grass in front of
and
you.
he's going to be
And
gone.
that
That's
is
going to be a
what happened.
touchdown
Looks
for
like
Valley
that is
Union.
how
What a
Valley
way to
Union
get
had
it
their
back.
score. My
That's going to be
goodness.
number 3,
What
Miles
a fantastic
Richardson.
effort.
That's
I didn't
their
even
guy.
see the number of that player. The cameraman was going crazy on the sideline. Thank you to the for sponsoring that highlight. We got all of our sponsors who make this coverage possible. Here in the
Right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Desert Heights, and they're going to hit their running back in the flat, and they're going to try to strip the ball
from the defense.
Oh, and he's going to get stuck by the quarterback.
Valley Union defense to make sure that wide receiver came
back
down.
leading the way. That's going to be Aiden Clark, the senior.
Desert Heights.
And then you have number 7, the playmaker for this Desert Heights team. That's going to be a fumble.
Loose, and Valley Union recovers.
And Valley Union's going to recover. What a play.
Hit. Can we see that play again?
Back leading the way.
Let's watch that one again. What
That's going to be Aiden Clark, the senior.
I want to
and then you have number 7, the playmaker for this Desert Heights team, and that's going to be a fumble.
It looks like number 1.
And Valley Union's going to recover it. What a play.
Luna, if I believe that was you, young man, who made that play. What an awesome tackle and getting the strip. Fantastic job. Let's see another highlight.
And digital
Valley
phone service
Union.
in Sierra Vista.
Up 8-6.
Here's Valley Union on 4th and 7. Driving back to pass, and it looks like they're going to keep with James Richardson. He's going to try to make a man miss, but he's not going to be able to. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And Desert Heights is they're giving them the time.
That is true.
They're giving them, 30 seconds between plays. And that snap is going to be fumbled, and he's looking deep. And he's going to find his man on the drag route. And there goes number 9 for Desert Heights.
Number 9 on Desert Heights.
And he's looking for contact. He's going to make 2 men
a few more people miss. And he is off and running.
And he's going to be brought down at the 20 by number 34 for Valley Union on a busted coverage. Is they're giving them the time.
Absolutely. Let's see
they're
that
giving
again.
them, 30 seconds between plays. And that snap is going to be fumbled. And he's looking deep. And he's going to find his man on the drag route. And there goes number 9 for Desert Heights. And he's looking for contact. He's going to make 2 men
down until he's finally tackled by number 34.
And he's going to be brought down at the 20 by number 34 for Valley Union on a busted coverage.
He's on the defensive line. Are you kidding me? He made it all the way down from the defensive line to tackle Jeremiah Fowler. He needed every single ounce of energy to get down there. Another highlight from Valley Union. No, that was the highlight from Valley Union. We are going live to all of these games, getting highlights here. This is what the Cool Zone is all about. All football season long, covering every football game, home and away for every Cochise County team here. I got some green. Are we going to go somewhere? That's okay.
We're actually just going to go to, we're going to live to the Buena game.
Oh, so Buena is back. We're in the second half now at Cienega. So let's go live and get an in-game look here Flag on the play is what is noted here. It looks like Cienega will be on offense. Cienega wearing the dark blue with the white helmets. Bueno wearing the white jerseys with the blue helmets. And we are in the third quarter in Vail, Arizona for this Cienega game. Thank you so much for watching the Cool Zone tonight. I did get an update from the ALA Mission Heights Prep. Current score as of about half an hour ago was 22-0. Updating that score that I had Mission Heights over ALA 22-0. But again, we're taking a live look in right now. We are back to action in Vail for Cienega. Yeah, let's bring up the audio. Let's listen to and hear what those guys are talking about.
That is the right rule. You just have to hope that there was a mistake being made somewhere and that they can get that figured out. All right, 2nd and 5. Third quarter, the score is still 31-17. Bueno with the lead. Cienega's lining up, ready to go. 3 to the left side. Pistol formation.
3-by-1 on the offense. Got Landon Welch wide out to the left. Jaden Rogers inside slot.
Looks left to the bubble screen. Number 5.
Great job by 54.
Nice tackle. Brings up
Hudson Haymore.
Of course, it's a Haymore.
What a gorgeous play. And that's a crucial 4th and 6 coming up for these Bobcats.
You know, they got it last time. Do you think it's going to be another quarterback run?
You might see a little jet sweep play action.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is
and it worked for him. But
this is mini Kyler Murray.
This is the smart part that we have to see from our linebackers right here. They have to spill and fill.
And maybe you get a spy in one of these situations. You spy him with a safety or an outside linebacker.
Yeah, possibly.
Now watch number 5. He's broken so many tackles this evening. I would expect a bubble screen, an RPO, maybe a quarterback run.
We'll see what happens.
Throws to the left side.
Logan Welch.
Nice reception.
With the catch.
So a big first down there. Is my mic on too? Just want to make sure that my mic is up. So a big first down there on 4th down. John talked about a run-pass option. You can't really do that when there's no running backs in the backfield, John. But that's all right. Nonetheless, we can keep it here on this drive and watch Buena. Let's just keep it live. Let's keep it live right here. I'll make a call. Looks like quarterback coming under center for Cienega, number 14, Julian. And being pursued. I don't know if they're going to say he got that ball off. Well, there's a flag on the play. Are they going to say he was in the grasp? Yeah, either an intentional grounding. The camera didn't get back in time to be able to see.
He hates the referee if it's for him or against him. He gets a penalty, he runs
Oh, they're picking up the flag.
And it gets waved
They're picking
off.
it up.
Wow.
No, I mean,
Which game you watching?
That's got to be a
you
massive
have to
sack.
wonder how far that ball landed away from the receiver. That's really what they were.
And so they're going
to reach the line of scrimmage, John.
True.
Oh, that was an incomplete pass. My goodness. So 2nd down and 10. What a great job by quarterback Julian Hanley, the 5'11", 175-pound senior for the Cienega Bobcats, being able to
deep. Got Brooks over the top of him.
Get rid of that ball. You're going to have to do that quick again.
Across the middle.
There's number 5, Jaden Rogers. If you can pull them down a little bit, pull down their audio. I'll make the call here. Thank you so much. Coach Baker helping us out here in the Cool Zone tonight. Jeff Davenport, I am live inside the AZ Prep Academy office of Bueno basketball head coach Dennis Baker, as you see a shot of the cheerleaders down there on the far end of the field for some reason, as Cienega is driving. And now we come back to action. Not sure if they were trying to look at the scoreboard, but the scoreboard didn't seem to be on the screen. So Cienega, this has got to be 3rd down for them. I don't see the chains being moved up ahead And so they hand off to their running back. Wow, great pursuit down the line by Buena, but they're going to say it's going to be close to a first down just by getting the momentum there. Yeah. Looks like that is, and they are resetting, and it's going to be at the 16-yard line where the ball is spotted. Again, Cienega, if you can get a score on your opening drive of the second half and then make this a one-score game, you put the pressure back on Buena, and you're giving your defense a good time to rest and try to figure out how to attack Buena's offense in this second half. Oh, what a great run, but you ran into a brick wall. Number 22 for Cienega, Jalen Horn, ran into number 7, James LeSueur, and stood him up. Great tackle there. So this will be second down and about 6 for Cienega. We're taking a live look in here on the Cool Zone. Again, you can watch this game live with the commentary with Jared and John. Julian under center, and wow, all the pressure from that Buena defensive front. Who was blasting through there? Number 52, Cooper Krause. And when you see that corn-fed Colossus, 6'1", 215-pound man coming at you, you got nowhere to go. And Cooper just made him pay there. It's going to be third down there in Cienega. Let's see if the Buena defense can hold. Again, Cienega needs a score one way or another. You'd prefer them to have a touchdown. If you are the Cienega team, you want them to score a touchdown. But we'll see how Buena holds here on third down. Looks like the line to gain is the 12. And they toss it to the end zone. Wide open play. A completely botched defensive play. And number 7 for Cienega, Aiden Billings, 6 foot, 175-pound senior, makes the catch and the score. And it is a one-score game as we have taken that live look in. 31-23 now, and pending the field goal, or the extra point, I should say, it is already a one-score game. Could be a little bit closer, and we'll see what happens here, and then we'll come back to me. That kick is up, and it is good. It is 31-24. Buena in the lead, so we'll see what Buena's offense can do in Cienega, or will Cienega's defense have enough time to rest? Looks like that halftime was good for them. It is 31-24, and we are almost ready.
Tom will be back in just a second.
Okay, we'll be back in just 1 second.
Close it.
4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Okay, so I'm back.
Score 31-24.
I don't have it on my screen, but 37-24, and oh, we're back. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. And so Cienega just scored 31-24, the score. But it sounded like Buena ended up getting a good run back on the kickoff, and they're going to start at their own 35-yard line. Do we want to go live and take a live look in at the Buena game? If we're okay, no worries. We'll have some highlights too. Some highlights have been aggregated over the course of these 8 games that we are covering tonight on Cool FM Live. It's the Cool Zone. Jeff Davenport. I'm the least cool thing here, I promise you. I don't belong in anything called the Cool Zone. I don't belong anywhere on something called Cool FM. I am the most uncool thing. We're taking a live look in right now as we have Jared and John on the call.
Lujan.
So Buena is moving from the left to or from the right to the left, I should say. And it looks like it'll be a third down for the Colts. Let's turn them up a little bit, and I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
Stick it on the ground and pound. Play the clock. Get another 7. Keep the two touchdown lead.
Broken flag. He looked the wrong direction, then he tucked in behind Lujan and got the yardage.
Thank God Lujan got the block.
Well, yeah.
opened the hole for him.
I think Lujan was supposed to get the ball on that
It
one.
was a dive option.
And the quarterback turned the wrong direction.
No, he went the right way.
Did he? So
Yeah,
then did
he's just
Lujan go the other
just supposed to follow him right in the hole.
Oh, well. Good play.
Yeah, it's a modified wedge block kind of wedge thing. Ricardo.
Ooh. In the backfield.
Ricardo had like an 80-yard touchdown run. I've been trying to find that highlight. It might have been
Loss of 3 on the play. Cienega's defense tightening up.
A little bit.
That's so disappointing because it's.
We expected a ball game.
But I do have some Buena highlights.
All right, well, let's come back into me, and let's see some, well, let's actually, hold on. It's a 2nd down and long. Let's see how Buena does here after getting stopped a little on that last play.
Rolling left. Rose.
And we can turn John and Jared down a little bit as we end up cutting away from them and bringing it back to me here in the studio. So Buena will have 3rd and long. Let's see if they have to punt, and then we'll go see some highlights. So we'll make this call here. Ball spotted at the Buena, just shy of the Buena 45-yard line, the nose of the ball on the 45-yard line. You can see the defense of Cienega. This is what they need right now. You're only down by 1 score. You're in the 3rd quarter. There's a lot of football left to play. They made the right call, or the offense did what they needed to coming out of the half and scoring. And now, if Cienega's defense can hold, and they will. My goodness. What a huge sack by number 11, Colton Kidd. You just made the cool zone. It is the 6-foot, 175-pound sophomore linebacker who came in. That a kid came in for that big play there. And there is going to be a flag for taunting on the field for excessive celebration. I guess because it was choreographed. It was a choreographed celebration. I think these kids need to remember to do the dances on the sideline instead of on the field of play. You can see the head coach there arguing. The play was dead. Everything was over. No, they did it right here, coach. I saw it. It was right here in front of me. And the coach is throwing up his arms saying, are you kidding me? But a taunting play is a 10-yard or 15-yard?
15-yard and an automatic first down.
No. You get an automatic first down on a taunting play, but you don't on a... Yeah, on a crazy, on a terrible hit. They care more about the feelings than they do. Let's see where they spot it. Maybe that's why the coach was irate. But you need to be irate at your players because they just made a massive play. And if that all gets taken away and ends up becoming an automatic first down, let's see where it goes. It still says 4th down on the chain on the far sideline, but my gosh, it was going to be 4th and forever. I would say 4th and Vale, but they're actually in Vale.
4th and 8 now?
Looks like about 4th and 6. 7. So 4th down and 7. Will Buena go for this? So let's just keep this live look in here before we see. Yeah, they call timeout. So let's see some highlights. Let's go to some highlights here as Buena decides what they're going to do. And we are in the cool zone. It's all about highlights, and let's see what happened. Buena versus Cienega.
Right over the center. Might be a little stunt action.
Oh, look, he's got
it. This was the amazing. To me, that's the play of the week. That play is just as good as an 80-yard touchdown. Cooper Kraus. Just with one hand, and you can hear the call from John and Jared. Listening to them go crazy.
He watched it on film.
And this was going for the field goal, a field goal attempt by number 29 for Cienega. Up and good. Number 29, Alex Moya, the field goal kicker, a junior, 6'2", 190-pound. Thank you, Chris Leon and the Leon team. Let's see some more Buena highlights here before we go back to them.
Earl Campbell.
Here we go. A Buena highlight. That ball is muffed.
Caleb had to just eat that
And again,
up.
this was early in the game in the 2nd quarter. Buena had still a commanding lead, 14-3, but a 2-score game. It's now a 1-score game as we're currently waiting to see what Buena does coming out of their timeout.
Sorry if I just gave that all
So this was a call earlier in the game, in the second quarter.
Caleb still scrambling. Oh, the ball's on the ground.
And he lost the ball on that play. Are we out of the timeout? Do we want to go back over to a live look in of the Buena game? They were in the third quarter.
Martorella back to kick. Jaden ready for the snap.
So, okay, so they must have...
down, the kick is up, and it's right through.
Nice kick.
Wow, good call. Oh, no, that was in the second quarter. That's a highlight.
In half.
So, okay, so great. Now we'll go to the game. Take a live look in. Thank you, ASCU, for sponsoring that. And we'll take a live look at what happened. It looks like Buena did not get the first down, and so they decided to go for it, did not get it, and Flowing Wells is back on the offense. So Flowing Wells can tie this game, actually take the lead if they go for two, but they can tie this game up that seemed completely out of control for them as they get great field position to start. And they're going for it all. And a great defensive play by number 5 for the Colts. Tariq Howard, 6 foot, 160-pound junior, comes in over the top to try to get that play, break that play up, because they were going for pay dirt there. And why not? You got first down. Just go for the entire kit and caboodle on first down and really just lay down the dagger. 2nd and 10 for Cienega. Again, this is the Bobcats' first game of the season. It's Buena Colts' first game of the season. So you're taking a live look in here on the Cool Zone. If you want to hear Jared and John's call, you can go over to that feed on Cool FM Live. Quarterback backing way up. That screen was read perfectly. He's still getting a couple yards out of it and staying up on his feet. Are you kidding me? He's got to be one to beat and trips up over his own feet and falls down. You can see the players holding their heads going. Oh my gosh. Jalen Horn, number 22, tackled by Jalen Horn. Jalen Horn tackled by the ground. And it looks like that play might be coming back. There is some laundry on the field. And they are wondering what happened on that play. So we're going to see what the call is from the head official. It must have been holding or illegal or ineligible receiver downfield.
No.
Why are they moving the entire chain gang? That's odd. Maybe John and Jared are explaining what's going on, but there's a field level look. Seeing what's going on the field of this game, giving you all the unique looks that we possibly can here on Cool FM Live inside the Cool Zone. Thank you so much to all the sponsors who make this coverage possible. This is going to be okay. So they put the chain gang back where they were because the chain gang was following the yard marker. So a huge, disastrous penalty for Cienega. All that work by Jalen Horn, all for naught. This is going to be 2nd down and 20. Quarterback tries to step up, keeps his eyes downfield, and another penalty flagged down. It's got to be another hold on the offense. So I've got green. Should we see some highlights? Coach Baker, we're going to go to Benson. Let's see. Actually going to go to Phoenix Christian and see some Benson highlights and Phoenix Christian highlights. Phoenix Christian on the offense on that left-hand side wearing the green. They toss it to their running back, getting dragged down there on a first down play. I don't know if I've ever been to Phoenix Christian or called a game there. I don't think I have. Looks like a 2nd down play there. And Benson defense holding up. Good job by the Bobcats defense against this 2A Metro 4 team, the Phoenix Christian Cougars. Good job. I love seeing good defensive plays as a defensive back in high school and college. On a 3rd and 11. Oh, Phoenix Christian gets a nice break there on the inside run. And a huge first down play. That was a great run by Zion Rondon. So Phoenix Christian still with the ball here. Some more highlights for them. Now, that's a Benson highlight right there. Look at that swarm tackle on a first down run play. Great job by the Bobcats D. At last count, we heard Phoenix Christian was leading this game 21-7. We're just watching some highlights. And there's the reason why Phoenix Christian might be leading 21-7. There was a flag that came in late, possibly a face mask, as the tackle was being made. Love showing you these highlights here on the Cool Zone. Got 3 running backs, and that is going to be a touchdown. Trying to make the stop on the goal line was number 9 for Benson. That's Dawson Judd. You don't want to see him going in for a tackle like that when he is your superstar quarterback. We do not want to see Dawson trying to make those plays like that, but what do? You're a baller. You're going to be making plays like that. Looks like that three running back set again. Good job by the Benson defense to bring him down, but that is a first down play. Thank you, Yummy Dole, for that highlight there. Still staying at Phoenix Christian up in the valley. The 2A Metro 4 team with a big lead over the Bobcats. Looks like a punt right there. See what happens with the Benson player. No, I think his knee was down, and they will call his knee down there. Great job by number 31 from Phoenix Christian. Dominion Danger. Dominion Danger. You know, if Danger is your last name, you are going to be doing some damage on the field. Great job, sophomore. You just made the Cool Zone tonight. Let's see what Dawson Judd does as he steps up through, makes his quick pass out to his receiver who was in the flat, completing the pass on second down, spinning ahead, giving them a 3rd and short on that particular play. Great highlights here being aggregated by our team. And that is wide open play. Zayion Rondon. Man's game, 5'10", 172-pound senior. What a huge catch, wide open, almost all by himself. You can see that team, his Cougar team, coming out and congratulating him as that, my goodness, that extra point could have gone probably about a 40-yard field goal. So at last count, Phoenix Christian was up 21-7. Not sure what the current score is, but that was the last count. Oh, there's a big run right there. Was that number 32? If that was Cash Grimwad. 6', 175-pound senior for Phoenix Christian. A lot of Phoenix Christian highlights here in this first half. They're doing an onside kick, and that was recovered by Benson, number 84. Julian Ramos, you just made the Cool Zone, buddy. So Dawson Judd setting on first down. Again, showing you some highlights from this game. Nice pitch, nice catch, and great run after the catch by Raleigh Evans, 5'10", 165-pound senior. Now back to some Phoenix Christian highlights there as they make a good run.
When you're ready, we'll go there.
Solid run there. Thank you so much, Desert RV. All of our sponsors, if you would like to be a sponsor here on the Cool Zone, we're just recapping highlights here from the first halves of these games.
We'll go live to Buena.
Good pursuit by the Benson defense, forcing a second down there. I did hear Coach Baker say we'll go live to Buena here after these highlights. Got another one there, great tackle, open field tackle there by the Benson Bobcat defense. All right, so we're coming back to me here inside the Cool Zone. Jeff Davenport, Dan Powers, Dennis Baker, and our entire team of techies over on the other side in the other room, getting these highlights aggregated. Keeping an eye on all of our 8 games that we're covering tonight for you inside the Cool Zone. The revolution has started. The revolution is here. The revolution is the Cool Zone, and we're so glad to be hanging out with you here tonight. I got a white light. Shall we take a live look in at one of our games of the week. We'll go back to Cienega in Vail. Looks like Buena has the ball, 2nd and a long 8. Let's turn up the volume. Let's hear what Jared and John are talking about.
Great move by Ricardo. Counter play gives him 16 yards. Looked like a busted play. He was going to get tackled 3 yards.
Yep.
And he blows it up, and then we got another cramp.
It's cramps. Cramps.
These kiddos need to be putting salt in their body and absorbing it.
I'm telling you. What are they
Turn them down.
Where's
Get
the
them
salt
off.
when you
Get
need
them
it?
out of here. Salt in their body and absorbing it. Hey, look, some people absorb salt differently, Jared. This is why the Cool Zone's fun. I can make fun of them, and they don't even know I'm talking to them. So it's great. But cramps on the field, this is all part of the deal when you have your first game of the season. And the current temperature in Vail, let me look this up here real quick. Hey, Siri, what is the current temperature in Vail, Arizona? I'll get an answer for you here. 81 degrees. At 9:05 p.m. Yeah, it's still a warm one there, and the humidity could be kicking in as well. So we're going to go to some highlights of this game. See some highlights that got us here to that 31-24 score.
Catching the flat. Brought up 2nd.
And this is Cienega.
Pistol formation for the Bobcats right there on the 50. 48-yard line.
Whoa, number 75,
Tyler
Buena.
Jurdy with the sack. Gonna give him four momentum, but still a loss on the play.
Which game?
3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay.
Outside linebacker, wide outside linebacker.
And that's final. All right, so again, great job by the Buena defense, except right there, the breakdown. And that is pay dirt. A huge play. Jaden Rogers, the stud wide receiver.
They gave us the points. I don't know what happened there.
What a great play there. Again, I got green, which means we got highlights. Let's keep them coming. Buena Cienega highlights. And this is probably the extra point on that touchdown play. Up and I assume it's good.
Second quarter.
That's okay. So again, look at the score here. It was 24-9 at that point, and Cienega has taken it all the way back. 31-24. So Jaden has it there.
Look how much room he's got.
And look at that. This is why the Cool Zone is amazing. Jaden Thomas with one block late ends up getting it coast to coast. Jaden Thomas. Turn them down in my ear. I don't want to hear those guys. I want to make this call, not them. No, they're doing a great job there. We love Jared and John. They're so fantastic. That was an amazing play. Oh, my gosh. And there's the extra point for Buena. Let's look at that one more time. That ball goes, inside the 10. Great blocking and great awareness, keeping his head downfield. And when Jaden Thomas puts the pedal to the metal, you know there's going to be trouble for that special teams defense. And even though the camera went a little wonky there at the end, that was an unbelievable play by Jaden Thomas, the 5'10", 175-pound wide receiver, the son of the head coach. And that was absolutely fantastic. All part of getting us to where we are at. Buena over Cienega 31-24 currently. Is this the live look-in? We are back live. Yes, we are in the fourth quarter. So, fourth quarter time. It is time to put up or shut up. We did get a final score in Arizona Lutheran Academy. Wilcox has their first loss of the season. The final there, the Coyotes over the Cowboys, 19-0. So Wilcox falls to 1-1, and they will play Morenci. They will host Morenci 1 week from tonight. That game is final. Putting that over on the other side of my desk, out of the way. Thank you again to Coach Baker for letting us use his office here inside AZ Prep Academy. Good job by the Flowing Wells defense to stop that run on first down, making it About 2nd and 12 for Buena's offense. So Cienega not able to get up into Buena's face and tie this game in the fourth quarter. It's up to that Cienega defense to do something and hope that the offense can make something happen. Receivers split. A handoff to Ricardo. Boy, Ricardo just looks so intimidating, even from a view way up high. 6 foot, 180-pound senior running back. Doing a fantastic job there. Let's see if they get the first down here. It's going to be 3rd and about 5. 3rd and a long 5. I got green, so we'll go to highlights next. But let's see if they get the first down while we got this in-game live look-in here tonight on the Cool Zone. Fakes 2 handoffs and throws. It gets hit as he throws. And wasn't sure. It doesn't look like anybody came down with that play. So it will be 4th down and 5. No flags on the play. So Buena looking to extend their lead to try to make it a 2-score lead. A field goal from there would be about 53 yards. By the time the ball is snapped and put down, maybe 52 yards. So you're in a little bit of a conundrum here where you have to figure out what to do. And it looks like they're going to call a timeout. So while they do that, I got green. Where are we going to? Oh, we got some Wilcox highlights. Again, it's a final score, so I assume most of these highlights would be Arizona Lutheran Academy. But if we have some Wilcox highlights, we will be sure to show those. That's Arizona Lutheran in black with the yellow numbers. And it looks like they got a score on that far side. What a great look right down the line by our camera crew there at Arizona Lutheran Academy. That 2A Metro 2 team will go to 2-0. Again, I'm sure we're seeing a lot of Arizona Lutheran highlights here because of what this final score was, 19-0. Looks like they weren't able to get in on that play. And it looked like Wilcox, number 21, had something wrong with his hand. Hopefully Asher Ward is okay there. More highlights coming at you here. They were leading 12-0. And you can add to it right there. That was the final score of that game. So Arizona Lutheran ended up winning this game, our first final of the night, our first official final of the night. 19-0 in the books. Arizona Lutheran Academy Coyotes go to 2-0. Wilcox falls to 1-1. Oh, do we have another highlight? I'm sorry.
Sorry, no. Going to Buena.
Oh, now we're going to Buena. Okay. All right. So we are going to take a live look in at Buena. And it appears it is 2nd down for the Buena offense. So they must have gotten that first down on that 4th down coming out of that timeout. So Buena keeping the drive alive in the 4th quarter. And that's what you need to do when you have a 1-score lead. Ball possession, clock management. The 2 things that Buena is doing right now. So we'll put, again, Wilcox goes to 1-1. They'll host Morenci 1 week from tonight. And the Buena quarterback somehow escapes. Caleb, how did you get away from that? And what a throw and catch! Who caught that ball? Was that number 21? Was that Michael Lujan? That was Michael Lujan, 5'8", 190. Senior, this is unbelievable. What a play. And it will be 1st and goal for Buena. Did I hear John say something about Patrick Mahomes? Of course he did. Listen to you, John.
They had him in the backfield sacked.
So you can kind of hear them in the background. So Lujan goes straight up the middle. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 5 for Buena. Again, looking for clock management and ball control. Just inside the 5, excuse me, is where the ball is being spotted. Thank you so much to all the sponsors who make this coverage possible. And Buena looking to seal this game and get that solid 2-score lead in the 4th in Vail to get their first win here in their season opener as they are on the road And they'll be on the road next week as well. Buena will be at Skyline next week, 1 week from tonight.
To the 1-yard line, Lujan.
And they're saying that's going to go down to the 1. We're looking at the field view here where it's a little bit choppy. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1 for Buena. And looks like Cienega is bringing in number 78. I need to take a look at 78 is Cameron Cordes, 6'5", 375-pound junior. And he is the man in the middle on the nose tackle. And they stop him. They stop him. He does not score. He does not get in. And Caleb is irate at something. He is on the left side of your screen yelling over at the sideline. And there was nobody getting past the brick house that is Cameron Cordes. 6'5", 375 pounds. By the way, they do have a 325-pounder on Cienega as well. And a 310-pounder. 3 players over 300 pounds on the Cienega team. Does Buena have any at 280? I don't even know if... Oh, there's a 295. Charles Crouch is at 295. And Kenneth McPhee listed at 300 even. So we'll see what happens here. The handoff botched, but the second effort gets through, and I don't know if the fumble happened there by Ricardo Brooks before he was in the end zone, but he did. If he did, he recovered it in the end zone. Buena scores again. That will make it 37-24, and we will await the extra point on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. Buena puts it in to the end zone, getting that 2-score lead. And we'll see. It looks like number 14, Alan Martorello. I've watched him kick since he was a freshman. 5'9", 180-pound senior now. The kicker for Buena gets it up, and it is good. 38-24, a full 2-score lead for the Colts in the 4th. Buena maintaining their lead. Cienega had a chance and gets nothing. Dennis. Coming back to me, here we go. We do have one final in the books, and that is Wilcox falling 19-0 against Arizona Lutheran Academy, a 2A Metro 2 team. So Cowboys go to 1-1, and they will host Morenci 1 week from tonight. Looking at other scores, I'm checking my phone here to see if I have any updates. Last count, we had Mission Heights Prep over ALA 22-0. We had Bisbee leading Cortez, but that's been a while since we've had a check-in on that game. Benson losing to Phoenix Christian 21-7, waiting for the final score on that one. Do we have a live look at Douglas? How's Douglas doing at Flowing Wells? Flowing Wells had a commanding lead 27-10 the last time we took a live look in there.
It's 48-10, and I was going to go there, but Flowing Wells just scored a touchdown. They're kicking extra.
All right, so Flowing Wells now taking a dominant lead over the Bulldogs. So it is 48-10. Flowing Wells will most likely seal their first victory of this season. Again, both teams were 0-0, 4A Keno at 5A Southern. Douglas will fall to 0-1, start their season 0-1. But honestly, next week is Douglas's Super Bowl. And why is that? Because it is the pick. What is the pick game? Oh, you want to do some highlights right now?
Of the Douglas.
Let's do some highlights of Douglas Flowing Wells. Let's go check those out here because I got green. It's time to go. Let's go and see what we can see for these highlights.
Troops on where they need to line up.
That's Douglas with the ball.
A little end around, and he cuts it back up the
And a great cut back. What number is that? Number 21 for Douglas. Probably won't have a lot of highlights for them, but Cesar Agacciola, 5'6", 145-pound running back, if that is number 21. Great play by him, making that cut at the right time and getting into the end zone. Let's see some more Bulldog Caballeros highlights. There's Douglas with the extra point, and that was up and good. Again, we want to highlight everybody. We want even the kicking team, the special teams, to be in the Cool Zone. Congratulations, special teams. You were in the Cool Zone tonight. Thank you, Aloe Fiber, for sponsoring that video. And this is Flowing Wells. Their quarterback rolling, tossing. Oh, goodness gracious, right in the breadbasket for number 11, Xavier Galligan. The 6'1 junior, not able to pull that one down. And that is a loose play. Number 8 ends up just falling down. He's a big boy, 5'10", 195-pound Jaden Simmons for Flowing Wells. There's the quarterback running through on the left-hand side, running to his left, throwing to his left, and that was what we saw. I think we saw that live. We saw that play as it happened, a huge interception by Douglas, and you were hoping that that would be the key for their defense to turn it around right before the end of the first half to try to make some offensive momentum. It did not happen for them in the way that we had hoped. And a big play by Douglas's number 10, Matthew Hudson. Yeah, let's take another look at that one. We've got more final scores. We'll go over them as soon as we're done with these highlights. We'll come back to me, and we'll go over the highlights. What a look and what a catch. Great catch by Matthew Hudson. 6'2", 150 pounds. Congratulations, Matthew. You just made the Cool Zone Highlights Nights. Look at that. Coming back to me here. Boy, I promised you some finals. And do we have them ever? St. David, all they do is reload. 59-0 over Baba Kivari. St. David goes to 2-0. They will be at San Manuel 1 week from tonight. Baba Kivari falls to 0-2. That game is final. Obviously, Tombstone Pima did not happen. We talked about that earlier tonight. But we do have a final score. Valley Union, the Blue Devils, get their first win of the season going into Desert Heights Prep. The final score, 36-16. Valley Union goes to 500. Goes to 1-1, and they will be hosting Duncan. Duncan coming down from the Gila Valley to face the 8-man onslaught of Valley Union. Congratulations. Final score there, 36-16. Another final score we have in Arizona Lutheran Academy, the Coyotes beating Wilcox tonight. Final score was 19-0. And Wilcox falls to 1-1. They will host Morenci. Again, Morenci, so some Gila Valley teams coming down into Cochise County. So that game is final. One more final score. A tough day at the office for the Guardians as Mission Heights Prep goes big at their home. 36-0. Guardians are 0-1. I didn't write down who they're playing next week. I apologize for that. But that game is final. We are still waiting. The finish of Benson Phoenix Christian. Phoenix Christian has opened up a can. It is 49-14 as we speak live here in the Cool Zone. Benson will fall to 1-1 and will play against Tombstone. They will host Tombstone. Yes, Tombstone reported elsewhere earlier this week that their entire football season is over. Fake news. Not the truth. Cool FM had the truth, and we let you know that Tombstone's season was not done. They were just forfeiting tonight's game against Pima and then looking to play in Benson 1 week from tonight on September 5th, my birthday, 1 week from tonight. You can start sending gifts now. I would appreciate that. No, I'm kidding, everybody. It's fine. So it looks like Phoenix Christian will end up winning in Benson, and I've got a white light. Where you want to go? So no, I didn't see that. The update there, 50-10. Flowing Wells over Douglas. A tough day at the office for the Bulldogs, but again, it all comes down to next week against Bisbee. Speaking of Bisbee, this current score, Bisbee over Cortez, 26-20. Oh, we'll hope the Pumas can end up closing out that game and go 1-1 as they will drive down, make that half-hour drive down to Douglas for the pick game. What is the importance of the pick? The pick game between Bisbee and Douglas is one of the longest-lasting rivalries of high school football in the United States. Now, this is not just Arizona. We're talking the entire United States, and there's actually an argument. Most will say the Bisbee-Douglas rivalry goes back over 100 years, and it is the second longest high school rivalry. Others will say it is the longest rivalry, and that is what we're looking at. Oh, we got next week's games. Okay, so already looking at next week's games that we will be covering. We'll actually have a couple of Thursday night games next week. We will be covering ALA at AZ Compass Prep. Or I don't know which team's the home. Oh, there's the home. It says home. So ALA and Berean are both home. That's interesting to see. So ALA and Berean will both be home. AZ Compass Prep will be playing ALA. Maricopa Institute of Technology will be playing Berean Thursday night, the 4th, the night before my birthday. And then on Friday, we will have 6 games that we are covering, including the pick game, the second longest high school football rivalry in the United States. Goes back over 100 years. If you've never been to a pick game, I've called many pick games. I've been live inside the stadiums as they happen. There is nothing like the pick game. There is tailgating that goes on before the pick game. There are rivalries and that go back decades from previous athletes. And we'll talk more about the Friday games coming up on the 5th before we wrap up tonight. I've got green. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to take a live look in at Buena as they lead by 2 scores, 38-24. We're seeing what Cienega can do. A live look in. Cienega throws to the end zone, and Buena, the defensive back there, made a great play on the ball. Keeping his eye on the ball. That's what you have to do as a defensive back to make sure that you do not get a penalty called against you. So again, as we're waiting to see what Cienega will do during this live look-in, final score tonight. Valley Union gets their first win of the season, 36-16 over Desert Heights. St. David goes to 2-0 in a dominant performance over Baba Kivri, 59-0. Arizona Lutheran beats Wilcox 19-0. Not sure what the down and distance is exactly, but they throw again across the middle, and that is a huge score for Cienega. Here in the 4th quarter, number 7, Aiden Billings, I believe, made that catch. And Cienega cuts it to a 1-score lead. I don't know how late in the 4th we are here. Looking at the time, coming up on 9:30. So 10 minutes. Did he say 10 minutes remaining? Okay, that makes more sense. That is up and in, so a 1-score game. If there's only 2 minutes left, you've got to do an onside kick. So let's keep the live look in here. Where are we going there? What is that? Is that a replay? Oh, okay. So we are live, and that was the onside kick attempt, I assume. Oh, okay. That's fine. Doing a rewind here. Hey, this is the Cool Zone. This is what we get to do. This is almost like having our own personal TiVo or YouTube TV. But it's even better because you're in the Cool Zone here with Jeff Davenport, with Dan the Man. Coach Baker here from the office and studio of head coach Dennis Baker. Buena boys basketball coach hanging out with us during this football season here. A huge help for us, getting all of these different interviews that you've been seeing with players and coaches, lining up the different broadcast teams and getting them in the certain places to do what they need to do. Of course, Dan getting all the tech put in the hands of these angles do not happen by accident. There is so much work that goes into this, and Dan, who has all of the powers, has been putting this all together. Let's see what they do here. Now, this was the onside kick attempt, so we did rewind it enough. We're not live right now. This is actually a replay of what was happening just moments ago. And now they try to come in. Interesting onside kick formation. I think it went 10 yards. I think it went 10. Where did he touch it? Did he touch it before the 50, though? I think he touched it at the 50, and if he did, they're going to give it to him. What a brilliant. Let's rewind it to 10 seconds. I mean, we want to go live. Let's go live and see what happened, and get a live look at this.
Oh, they called illegal touch.
No, oh my goodness. So Bueno will get the ball back, and they should be able to seal the victory here. Boy, for the first game of the season, this was a lot more exciting than you would have expected. Cienega not giving up and not letting Buena go quietly into the night. Yeah, let's go live. Let's take a live look.
You want your audio or theirs?
My audio for the second here, and we'll see. You let me know when we're at the live look, because this had to be a few moments ago.
50 seconds behind, and if I try to catch it live, we'll miss something.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. So we're going to take this look. We're less than a minute behind, actually, on this. So you can go to the Cool FM live feed and find this game. Oh, my gosh. See, this is why the game is not over until who was it that said it ain't over till it's over? Yogi Berra, the great Yankee catcher, Hall of Famer and Hall of Fame man just in life. That was a huge play, but I believe the clock continues to run, so I would assume that Cienega is out of timeouts. Let's go ahead and boost up the audio of Jared and John.
Stop the clock at the 2 minute? Or?
No.
Oh,
No.
Oh, no.
Not in high school.
Yeah, because they'll keep saying the time.
We got 3-by-1. Lujan in the backfield.
And off to Lujan in the backfield. No.
Nowhere to go.
Off the 3. Cienega coming alive. Timeout, Cienega.
Why are we still
So
in
Cienega
shotgun
calls
right
a
now
timeout.
is the question I have. But, I'm not the offensive coordinator.
Oops,
If
not
I would
touching
have
the
been under
timeout.
center
Other
or
grab.
had more in the backfield with me,
Go ahead and turn them down
That
for a second.
full
Let's talk about that while
option
we're
to
watching
coach-
that timeout. We can again give you the final scores. We do have them in tonight. St. David wins, gets their second win of the season. ALA Guardians falls to the Phantoms at Mission Heights Prep and get their first loss in their first game of the season. And
Douglas and Flowing Wells just ended
56-10.
56-10.
Yeah, 56-10. Final score just in from Flowing Wells. Douglas 0-1 now. Flowing Wells 1-0. Douglas lost big tonight, but again, all eyes are on the pick. As we still await a final score, I believe, from Bisbee. The Bisbee, last look we had, Bisbee was up 26-20 and against Cortez. And so if Bisbee holds on, they will go to 1-1 and face Douglas next week at Douglas for the pick. So we're coming out of the timeout.
Whoa. Not even going to
Thank you
run.
for bringing up the audio.
They're going to throw on 3rd and 20.
you might see a hook and ladder here. Almost at 110.
Wow. Buena trying to shut this game out. Oh, another sack. Cienega.
Cienega not giving up. This is absolutely incredible defense by them. And I imagine that their crowd is going crazy now. I didn't hear how much time is left on the
Timeout,
clock.
Bobcats. You got to be proud
So the
of that
Bobcats
if
had to
you're
take
a
another
Bobcat
timeout. So this has
fan.
got to be really close to the end of the
Holy
game.
smokes.
If they're taking a second timeout now, you can see the way that head coach is giving the
Hey,
high
it's all
fives
about
to
special
his
teams.
players.
Buena
Go ahead and
scored
turn
2
Jared and John down
special
a little bit,
touchdowns
and we'll
tonight.
go over some more
So
final scores
They're-
here
and
tonight.
This time they're on the punt team. They're doing the kicking this.
Yeah, as the volume comes down there in Vail at Cienega, we are looking at it live, a live look in for you as we talk about, again, Wilcox ends up going 1-1, so they get their first loss of the season, falling to Arizona Lutheran Academy 19-0. Wilcox will host Morenci next Friday night. Let's see here. Phoenix Christian all but wrapped up against Benson. That game should be final here very soon. 49-14 was the last count there. And again, looking for an update from Bisbee Cortez. Hopefully Bisbee able to move ahead. And we will get you all of these final scores before we sign off tonight. But again, if you're joining us here in the Cool Zone, we'll get you the final scores tonight and let you know what games we're covering next week. Buena comes back out. 4th down. They're going to be punting. Let's listen to Jared and John's call.
The punter built like a nose tackle.
Right? Oh, no. Oh,
This is the craziest thing that I believe we have seen. Turn Jared and John down. A high snap over the punter's head will put the ball 5 yards. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5 for Cienega to try and tie this game here in the 4th quarter. This is the worst possible situation for Buena. Oh my goodness. This is insane. 1st and goal. Looks like the ball is spotted just outside the 5, shading the 6-yard line. I want to do this call. Actually, we should let Jared and John go ahead and turn them up.
See Cooper Kraus blitz the middle. Pitch right. Oh, so close. Stopped at the 1.
3-yard line.
Again, we're taking a live look in here inside the Cool Zone. What a great shot there on the field and up high. This does not happen by accident. We have amazing broadcast teams and tech teams all around the state of Arizona every Friday night for every Cochise County high school varsity football game, home games, away games. It's all here on the Cool Zone.
Telling his boys to battle. Get after it. Win in the trenches.
Handoff up the middle. And he gets stuffed again.
Boy, Jaden Thomas came in there from the corner position or safety position, number 1, came up hard into that gap and made sure that they were not going to go or get in. It'll be 3rd down. That backs them up.
35 seconds left. That cloak is running. Nobody knows what's going
35 seconds.
on.
Okay, running clock.
They aren't even.
They don't have any more.
They aren't rushing.
And no timeouts.
28 seconds.
So they might not even get a 4th down playoff.
Handoff to the left
They
side.
pitch. Not able to get in. Stop short. They've got to line up and they've got to run a play.
This game because they didn't
Let's see what happens.
block right.
4th down. 10 seconds left. Can they get a
They are
playoff?
not going to make it, folks. Wayne is going to pull this off with a goal line stand.
5, 4. They hand the ball off. 3. He's off the middle. Tackled at the 1.
Stop! That's a ball game. Buena wins at the buzzer.
Incredible turn of events. Cienega nearly.
I think Jared just had an aneurysm. Let's pull them down. Let's pull. Let's pull them down. We're back live, taking a live look in here, and Buena on a goal line stand ends up stopping Cienega, and that score is now the final score, 38-31. Buena over Cienega. What an incredible finish to that game. As we're going to check on Jared's vocal cords, I think can we get the team to go up there, the lovely training team to go and check on him. Let's come back to me here inside the Cool Zone. What a finish. Buena is 1-0. I'm going to get my notes. We're going to go through this one more time because that was the last game that was live of the night, right? Yeah. That was our last live look in because you're now in the Cool Zone, everybody. So if you're joining us from all those other games and come here to see all the final scores and see what we're going to be doing over the next few days and what games we're going to be covering next week, we can tell you the Buena Colts 1-0. Final score 38-31 on that goal line stand by the defense at the buzzer. And that was an incredible finish there. Bobcats fall to 0-1. So Buena, Morency coming down from the Gila Valley into Wilcox, Northern Cochise County. Again, Buena over Cienega at the buzzer, awaiting the final score of Bisbee Cortez. The Bobcats of Benson falling to Phoenix Christian Cougars. Cougars over the Bobcats. The battle of the cats tonight. Cougars reign supreme, 49-14, the final score there in this non-conference game, 2A South 2 versus 2A Metro 4. That one is in the books. Valley Union gets their first win of the season. They go to 1-1, and they will host Duncan. Duncan coming down from the Gila Valley into Valley Union. That 8-man football going on there at Valley Union. They beat the Desert Heights Prep team 36-16, the final score there. Douglas Bulldogs, what they have to look forward to is the pick, because tonight they go 0-1. They fall this evening to Flowing Wells. The Caballeros looked amazing tonight with all the highlights that we showed you throughout earlier tonight. 56-10. Douglas falls tonight, but all eyes will be on the pick. We'll talk more about that game in just a second. And the other final score blowout. Oh, okay, the other final score blowout, St. David Tigers over Baba Kivari, 59-0. Let's take a live look in Bisbee. That is our final game that is in progress. Looks like Bisbee is still leading Cortez, 26-20. Do we have a broadcast team at this game? Or is it just no audio? Okay, so I'll make the call here. Again, we're having some connectivity issues. It looks like that looks like a beautiful field, by the way, artificial turf field with the beautiful alternating colors there on that 10-yard strip from the 45 to the 45, having the solid green and then going light green, solid green all the way into the end zones. A beautiful look there at that Cortez field. Cortez is a 2A Metro 3 team. They are 0-1. Bisbee is 0-1. Both teams need a win here.
I think it's under 2 minutes in that game because Cortez has the ball. They're down 1 touchdown, and they've called time.
Okay, so we're literally looking live at what could be the last 2 minutes, within 2 minutes of this game finishing. So Cortez has the ball, is because, I mean, these are both teams that are red and white, unfortunately. That's difficult to differentiate between the teams. Or is Bisbee, because Bisbee is not, yeah, Bisbee's got to be in the solid. So we'll see here. We're just watching the game here. This is the Cool Zone. This is what we do. We get to watch football on Friday nights, and we get to cover every single varsity football game, home and away, in the Cool Zone here tonight. Boy, this game's going late, 9:45 here in Arizona. Looks like some connectivity issues there on the snap. Must not be great cell coverage there in the 2A Metro 3 area where Cortez is.
That phone's getting hot.
Oh, the phone's warming up.
That looks like an injured player. They might be there for a while.
Yeah.
Go to some Buena highlights.
Laying down on the field. Then let's go see some. Let's go see some Buena highlights while we await the connectivity issues. This is what the Cool Zone's all about, putting the highlights together for you over the course of the Buena Cienega game. Boy, look at that score. Buena had a dominant lead, and this is where Cienega started to turn the tide. This was before halftime, 31-10. So Cienega won the second half battle for sure with a final score of 37-31. And there's another highlight for Cienega right there. That was in the second quarter. Again, Cienega, they got the momentum, but came literally 1 yard short. Thank you, Sierra Toyota. Sierra Toyota just made the Cool Zone. So again, the highlights coming at you fast and furious. There was a huge highlight there for Buena's defense, showing off there. Big number 75. Tyler Jurdy. Tyler, you just made the Cool Zone. Again, only one game that is left going on live, and that is Bisbee at Cortez. Some connectivity issues there, but we're watching highlights of the Buena game, the Buena Cienega game, and boy, There was the wide open wide receiver. I think we saw that live, actually. We watched that live on the live look-in that we're able to do here inside the Cool Zone as number 7, Aiden Billings, came down with that touchdown pass from his quarterback, Julian Hanley. And then Cienega stepped up. It was an incredible effort by Cienega to come back from being down 31-10. The second half was all Cienega. Yeah, a lot of sack, but again, it shows, and this is what you expect early in the season. You don't expect the offenses to be scoring so many points, but Buena had a lot of muffed plays on the offense. Jared and John were talking about that over the course of the game as we were taking some live look-ins. They said, oh no, he leaned one way and handed the ball off the wrong side and the wrong way. But you don't expect the score to be this high. Even with muffed plays, Buena was still putting points on the board. So here's Cienega. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a gorgeous play there again. So we'll come back to me here.
And then I'll go back to Benson.
And then let's go back to Bisbee Cortez. All right, let's go to Bisbee Cortez here. Final score again in Buena. They held on and ended up winning literally at the last second with their backs against the wall. The defense came through, and the final score there, Buena gets their first win of the season. They will go to Skyline 1 week from tonight, which is one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games we will be covering.
You can see the clock in the background. There's 30 seconds.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, 34 seconds. Thank you, Dennis, for pointing that out.
And I think Bisbee has the ball now.
If Bisbee has the ball, this game should be over. They should just have one snap, and that should be it. And our final game of the night will be in the books.
Yeah, they're in victory.
Yeah, that is Bisbee in victory formation. A deserved victory formation. Tristan Meyer takes the snap, and we believe he goes to a knee with 12 seconds, and that will wrap the game. The Bisbee Pumas go to 500, getting their first win of the season. They go to 1-1. Cortez Colts fall to 0-2. And now, all eyes go to next week. 1 week from tonight is my birthday. That's the most important news. September 5th. And you know what? 30 years ago, right now, I made my college football debut. It was 30 years ago. This fall, I was playing college football in Sterling, Kansas for an NAIA equivalent of a D3 team that did not have a good year, but I did because my team was not good. I got to play the second half of every game and hear my coach look down the sideline and go, we're down by 50 points. What's the worst that can happen? Davenport, get in there. And I got to hear my name announced in college football stadiums making tackles. And that all happened 30 years ago. I can't believe I'm that old. How am I that old? How is that possible? Why has time only moved one way? But it does. And time tonight has shown some favor on Bisbee as they go to 1-1, and they will host Douglas. They will go to Douglas. Douglas will host the pick this year. The pick game will be in Douglas. So, final scores one more time before we sign off this evening, and then let you know. We'll do final scores, and then we'll let you know what games we're covering. We got more highlights? If we want to go. Oh, we got some ALA highlights. Let's see what the Guardians did tonight. They had a tough day at the office. Final score 36-0. Mission Heights Prep. So we could have some highlights. Oh, great view there. My goodness. What a gorgeous view on the field.
There's a snap. Mission Heights.
And that is Mission Heights slipping through the tackles. Great downfield block. And that is a score for Mission Heights Prep. The Phantoms end up shutting out ALA tonight. What a great play. And that was coming right into your living room. Great job there by the Cool Zone camera folks. So that was their 6-0 lead. There's ALA getting some offensive action. I believe that was number 14 for ALA. And unfortunately, ALA does not have their roster. I forgot to ask you, Dennis, they did not have their roster. You didn't find it either? Okay. I couldn't find their roster on Max Prep, so I'll have to get with Coach Krause about that. So again, right on the goal line. Oh, this one's going to come right in your living room too. Boom, what a great view of that catch in the back of the end zone. And these are all things that ALA is still a young football program. This is only their second year of existence. They have a lot of learning to do. They fall 0-1 tonight. We're just looking at highlights, basically, of Mission Heights Prep, the Phantoms. Yeah, what a great move. Cut inside, and he is gone for the touchdown.
Mission Heights on the play again.
And it looks like this was early in the game, or earlier in the game.
Mission Heights pass through the middle.
Oh, yeah, these were the highlights that we saw. So that was the touchdown play there by number 2 of Mission Heights, Aiden Provo. Is that, and that's final score 36-0, Mission Heights over ALA. ALA starts their season 0-1. Do we have any more highlights to go to, or do you just want to wrap up? Let's wrap it up. So, final scores tonight. St. David goes to 2-0. They beat Baba Kivri 59-0. They go to San Manuel 1 week from tonight. Douglas, they'll head into the Pick game 0-1, falling big to Flowing Wells this evening 56-10. They will be hosting the Pick. We'll see how they recover from that game when we are following that game next week. We'll talk about the games that we're going to be covering next week. Valley Union gets their first win of the season, goes to 500, 1-1. They will be hosting Duncan 1 week from tonight. They beat Desert Heights Prep 36-16. The Benson Bobcats tried to put up a fight against Phoenix Christian, fell short tonight. Phoenix Christian goes to 2-0. Bobcats fall to 1-1. They fall 49-14. But here's the takeaway from the Benson team. 1 week from tonight, Friday, September 5th, they will be playing against Tombstone. Tombstone will be playing next week. Let's see. Wilcox ends up falling to Arizona Lutheran Academy at Arizona Lutheran. 19-0. Cowboys fall to 1-1. They host Morenci 1 week from tonight. And the game of the week that literally came down to the very last second play. Buena's defense holds, and the final score 38-31. Buena gets their first win of the season. They go to Skyline 1 week from tonight. Let's take a look at the games we will be covering next week on Thursday, September 4th. ALA and Berean are both home, which is crazy to think about. We're going to have 2 home games on a Thursday night. Are we doing Cool Zone on Thursday night? I don't even know if we're going to do that. If maybe I'm going to call a game. I thought I was going to. Maybe I'm going to call a game. I'm probably going to call a game. I'm going to get with Sheriff Mark. I'm going to call one of these games with Sheriff Mark 1 week coming Thursday night. ALA will be home against Arizona Compass Prep. Berean will be home against Maricopa Institute of Technology. Very long drive for that school. We'll see how ALA will hold. The Friday games, we have 6 games that we will be covering. Tombstone playing football. Yes, against Benson. They will be in Benson. No fake news out here. And we'll keep you posted over the course of this week. You know, Tombstone took this week off. Their administration did release a statement saying that they planned on the Yellow Jackets playing against the Bobcats 1 week from tonight. So, 1 week from tonight, Tombstone at Benson. Buena at Skyline. Going in 1-0. The Pick game going to be going on. All eyes will be in Douglas for the Pick game. Bisbee at Douglas. It looks like St. David will be home against San Manuel. We'll see if they can put up another 60 points in that game. And let's see, Duncan will be at Valley Union. Valley Union will be at home, and Wilcox will be at home. And guess what? 8 games between Friday and Thursday, or Thursday and Friday. 2 games Thursday, 6 games Friday, all here in the Cool Zone on Friday night. I will hopefully be calling a game, one of the Thursday night games with Sheriff Mark. We're going to get either John and Jared over at the other game for whatever Thursday night game. We'll just flip a coin and see who wants to go where and do that. Again, thank you so much for tuning in tonight, everybody. Being a part of week 2 of the Cool Zone, we can all take a deep breath. We've survived 2 weeks here, and we'll got 8 games coming at you next week here on Cool FM Live. We appreciate you. From the offices of the AZ Prep Academy Director, Head Coach of Buena Basketball, Dennis Baker, on behalf of Dan the Man, Coach Dennis, our entire tech team on the other side of this room, and all of the camera people and broadcasters who you've seen all night long during the live look-ins at these games. Go back, watch the Cool Zone, and watch all the games that we were calling as they were happening. Share this video around. This is not being done anywhere in the United States. It's a red zone for high school football, and we're doing it here on Cool FM Live. The revolution is here. The Cool Zone is here, and I'm the least cool thing here. All these other guys on the other side of the camera, they're the coolest folks here, and they make all this happen. Thank you again to all of our sponsors who are the reason that this can happen. If you're interested in sponsoring during the Cool Zone or any of our Cool FM Live sports coverage, please send a DM to Todd Ryan at Cool FM Live. He will get you all the information you need. On behalf of the entire Cool FM Live sports team, Jeff Davenport signing off from Sierra Vista inside the Cool Zone. We will see you back here in the Cool Zone on my birthday, 1 week from tonight, Friday, September 5th. Signing off. Have a great night, everybody, and we will see you next week in the Cool Zone. Let's go live. Let's take an in-game look. We're in the Cool Zone. We're just hanging out tonight. I got green.
He stays on the sideline. Keeps the